Okay, so we're moving into a new section here in geometry. We're going to spend some time talking about these. We're talking about what's called transformations. A transformation is basically taking an image on a graph or otherwise and altering it by whatever different operations we can. There are four types of transformations that can occur, and we're going to talk about each type in class. So we're going to spend a lot of time with this, trying to get it just right. But there are four types of transformations. There's a translation, which we call a slide. So translating means slide it up and down, right or left. Anytime you slide along the axis, you don't twist or turn or anything like that. You're just sliding right or left or up or down or a little bit of both. That's a translation. A reflection is basically a flip. So if you have your image is above the x-axis and you flip it, all right, that's called a reflection. We'll see what these two are right away here in the next slide. The third one is called a rotation, and that's taking an image and turning it, either clockwise or counterclockwise. We'll spend some time talking about that. And then the fourth one is called a dilation, which basically means you take an image and you expand it, make it larger, or you shrink it and make it smaller. Okay? So those are the four types of transformations. We're going to talk about those over the next week or two, probably. So today we're going to move in and we're going to talk about the easiest two transformations to do, and that's going to be the translation. So the procedure for doing the translation is right here. What we're going to do for a translation is we're going to find however many points of whatever shape it is, whether it's a triangle, a rectangle, whatever. We're going to find the coordinate points of each point that makes up that shape, and then we're going to move the point by the number in the x direction. So we're going to translate by x, and then we're going to move the point by the number in the y direction, and we're going to come up with a new x and y coordinate. Notice if our original point is xy, after we translate it, it'll be called x prime y prime. All right, that little symbol up there, that's the prime symbol. So we're going to take an xy coordinate, we're going to translate it, whatever transformation that we do, we call it x prime y prime. Okay, so translation, we're moving by x, then moving by y, and that's our new coordinate. With a reflection, what you're going to do is you're going to count the distance to the line that you're reflecting by. So let's say we have a line on our here. Let's say we have a vertical line here, and we want to reflect it by across the y-axis. So if we're going to take that line and reflect it over there, basically what you do is you count how many points it takes to get back to 0 here, and then you're going to take and count those same amount of points away, and that'll be where you'll reflect the line to. All right, so once you count the distance 2, you're going to count it 2, and then you're going to count away from that line on the other side of the axis the same distance. Okay, so make sure you have this copied into your notebook. In the next video we'll do some examples, and it'll make it make a lot more sense. Okay, so if you have any questions, bring them to class.